I guess, a conviction that I have is that while the role of pastor historically has been like super difficult, super challenging, like a lot of isolation, enormous amount of pressure, um, I believe that pastors still can thrive personally. They can still
Amen.
have vibrant, exciting lives where they're known by others, where they're loved by others. And the sad thing is that so few pastors that I know are actually experiencing that. What would you say is like the biggest reason why pastors are not thriving and they're not doing well generally?
Wow. That's hard to pinpoint one. I would say this, Josh. One of the things that I'm discovering, and I sit across the table from leaders and some often pastors, is this phenomenon. Uh, They're trapped in a theology that is not touching their reality.
Hmm.
And I can't think of anything that's more exhausting than to get up on my feet every Sunday and preach a message that is not applicable to my own life.
Wow. Yeah.
That's and so what I do is I add to that saying and I say, you know what's lacking in a theology that does not touch my reality is grace.
Hmm.
Grace always touches my reality. So I would say I'd start there, and I would just say this: if you were coming to meet with me, I would say to you, as I do to just about everybody who meets with me, I say to them, just write a couple of paragraphs. Tell me who you are. Just, and I think I would say to you, I'm discovering that one of the real reasons there's so much isolation, I would call exhaustion and disappointment, is because pastors aren't sure of who they are,
Hmm.
and their audience isn't sure of who they are.
Hmm.
And that's a hard thing to hear for many pastors. I know who I am. And I go, well, let's talk about that. Who are you? Here's an interesting thing I'm learning. I ask it a different way. Uh, who do you say you are?
Hmm.
Is who you say you are the same as who God says you are?
Hmm.
Who does God say you are? It's a theology question. It's a big one, Josh. If my theology, even as a pastor, is still convincing me that I am a sinner, then I can promise you, as a pastor, your shame will define you.
Hmm.
But does your theology convince you that you are who God says you are, a saint? And if you are able, even as a pastor, to live into that reality, it'll change who you believe you are.
Hmm.